Welcome to episode 5 of ESF Podcast. Today I'm joined with Michael Kilcourse.
Roy.
DropBear, barbers. So, welcome, Michael.
And Slicker.
Oh, and Slicker. We'll get to that. Slicker Q, isn't it?
Slicker Q.
There you go. See. Even I knew that.
Paying attention.
Anyway, would you like to tell... Well, it'll probably be just me watching it later anyway, no one else. But who you are and what you do.
So, my name is Michael Kilcourse. Also have a nickname, Goose. For most people, that's what they know me as. They don't know my name is Michael. And I've been a barber now over 10 years. And I started a barbershop 2 years ago called DropBear Barbers here in Northingford.
Brilliant. Yeah, I was actually going to get to that, Goose. How did that come about?
Okay, so everyone gets a different story because...
Right, let me just relax there first. There we go. Now go ahead.
Everybody gets a different story because the story is extremely boring. There's not really a story to tell. My brother got it and he was called Goose, and then it got passed to me, and then they stopped calling him Goose, and it's just stuck with me since. That's it. But I've told everyone so many different stories. I told people that I've travelled, that when I was a kid my only friend was a pet goose. So yeah, everybody got like a different story.
Yeah.
But the real story is very fucking boring.
So you got it from your brother?
What?
You got the nickname passed down from your brother?
Yeah. It's extremely boring. Now, how he got it is a different story, and it's probably a better story.
Grown up yourself now, did you play any sports?
I did. Primarily, GA soccer were the main two. Yeah, all the way up along. I didn't really start playing till I was like 10.
Yeah.
And soccer didn't really till about, I'd say maybe 12, 13. But I took to soccer a lot better and quicker than like hurling and stuff. I was always kind of a poor hurler when I was very young starting out.
And what position did you play in the soccer?
Goals.
Goal.
Yeah. The hero.
You have to be absolutely nuts in the head to play there, don't you?
Yeah, to an extent. To an extent, yeah, you kind of have to be. You're always like, you're always shouting, but it's only so you don't like lose concentration, because some games are quite boring. So if you're not talking or not shouting, you can find yourself kind of going into like La La Land.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, like
there's a goal in behind you.
Yeah, they're coming on you, and you're like, oh, where's my back four? Like, what are they doing?
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be always shouting. So you always appear nuts. You always kind of like, why is he shouting all the time? You know.
Remember Oliver Kahn?
Yeah.
He was an absolute nutcase.
Oliver Kahn and Peter Schmeichel actually was. Peter Schmeichel said the only reason he used to shout all the time was to keep himself tuned into games.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of took that from.
You have to keep yourself tuned in, otherwise...
you just go to the game.
You're there picking daisies, essentially.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. You may as well sit in the mud, like, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, played with Gurtnahu all the way up along.
St. Anne's, was it? Was that the senior?
No, with Gurtnahu in GA. And then,
GA, sorry. Yeah.
Soccer, I played with 2 mile borough St. Kevin's. And then I got lucky enough then to go up to Dublin and play with Shamrock Rovers for a season and a half. And I remember I got dropped, and that's when I realized like how ruthless soccer is, and like when you get to a certain point, like you have to be. I thought I was doing pretty well, and then we were doing our pre-season for the following year, and people were getting dropped, and you didn't know if you were going to get it or not. And I got pulled in at the end of one of our pre-season sessions, and the manager just said, "They're both good." The manager said to me, "You're not going to get taller than 6." He was like, "You'll be lucky to see like 6 foot." Like he was like, "I can't see you being taller than 6 foot." And I was like, "Okay." And then I was like, "How the fuck? Like, how do you know?" And then
are you taller than 6 foot now?
I'm just over 6 foot. So
there you go. He was wrong.
He was wrong.
Every centimetre counts.
Yes.
Don't let anyone tell you it doesn't.
Yeah. And I'm not lying as well. I am over 6 foot.
We'll measure him after the podcast. Well, if you see the thing up, like we posted up, then you know it's true. If not, you don't.
But then he gave me like kind of a punch in the stomach. He was like, he kind of felt that I wasn't confident enough as to be like a keeper with them. Oh. So essentially he was just like, I don't think you're confident, therefore don't have the faith in you, or I don't have the trust in you. And then he'll let me go from there.
Yeah.
So I was like, right. And like, to be fair, actually, when I did leave, then I was kind of relieved. But I fell out with soccer then for a little bit.
And you were saying earlier you played for Carlo Kilkenny, did you?
Yeah. So like
this off the podcast. Sorry, off the podcast.
Yeah.
Not just randomly. You're like, what do we miss?
Yeah. So I fell out with soccer for a little bit, just because how ruthless it was. And then I went back playing I kind of went back playing on and off Sunday league.
Oh, yeah.
And then in school though, there was myself, Liam Hickey, and a good friend, James Kenny, who passed away. It was always the three of us in school, but James and Liam were in Carlo, and they were just like, do you want to come down? And at the time I was playing with St. Anne's, and like I'd be pretty much like, I'll throw my hand to anything because it'll be an experience. That's the way I look at it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, let's go for it. So they organised the manager at the time to come down and see me. And mind you now, I'm playing third division Kilkenny outfield. And he came down, he was like, yeah, bring him on. But little did we know, that manager at the time had the job elsewhere lined up. So he brought me down, but by the time I got down, he had gone. So I was like, oh, I don't know what's happening. So then the chairman was there, he signed me. And we got this manager in the meantime, and he was nuts. But we went down and we were training, and like I remember, I'm on my depth. All these boys are moving the ball like so much faster. I was like, I'm lost here. Yeah. And then I went up to the manager on the QT, and I was like, hey, look, I normally play in goal. So I was like, just so you know, like they have me outfield for some reason. I was just trying to save my skin, like, and he just goes, I'm my keepers. You'll play where you're told to play. I was like, all right, fair enough. So fast forward a little while later, we were playing in Wexford, and we were playing in Wexford. There was ourselves, Wexford, and then Wexford women's team were playing Shamrock Rovers. So we were in this dressing room, and next thing, this guy came along, kicked us out of the dressing room, told us to talk out in the equipment room, and he gave
in Wexford, was it?
Yeah, and he gave our dressing room to Shamrock Rovers, like physio and stuff. But they were playing music, Shamrock Rovers. Yeah. So our manager was like, afterwards, he was like, I like how they play music, everyone's relaxed. And he was like, does anybody have a stereo? And again, me trying to stay in the good books, I was like, yeah, I got a stereo. So he was like, right, you're on music. So I went to a few of the boys in the dressing room, I was like, what music do you want? Some cared, most of them didn't really care. So I just got a few CDs done up. And I brought them to the next game, and we were playing Limerick, in Limerick. And next thing we put on the music, tunes were going, everyone was kind of like having a bit of a vibe.
Relaxed.
Yeah, and then manager comes in, opens up the thing, the CD, takes it out, bins it, and then just puts in Pitbull. And he's just like listening to Pitbull, and he's the only one having a good time. Like, he's the only one having a good time.
And what were you listening to before that?
We were listening to hip hop. Yeah, it was hip hop. Oh. Yeah. Well, it was a bit of everything really, but yeah, primarily like hip hop and stuff. Pitbull. Yeah, and then he just came in. He was like, "Give me Pitbull," and that was it. Every match after that, then we had to listen to Pitbull.
Jesus Christ! Yeah. What to kind of say? All right, you boys are the Pitbulls. Go out there and attack them.
Not even that. I just think he just wanted to listen to Pitbull, and that was it. Like even at that as well, he was very big on with guys as well. So he never wanted anyone going back playing like with their local clubs. He always like, you're good enough to go and play, with another League of Ireland team and stuff. Yeah. But never had that conversation with me. And
he just keep an eye on the phone. He might call you.
I went a long time now, but he said to the boys, he was like, what's your plan after this? Because after that age group, it was finished.
Under 17s or 15s?
19s.
Oh, 19s, yeah.
Yeah, and after that age group had finished, so he was like, what's your plan after this? And he was trying to make sure like everybody had like another club to go to. He didn't want anyone going back playing locally.
Yeah.
But never had the conversation with me. And then last game of the season, or he used to do player ratings actually.
Oh.
So we play a game, and then the following Tuesday we do these ratings.
Yeah.
And I always got like a really bad rating. Like I think he made a point as well of like telling me I had a bad rating.
I don't think he liked you.
Kind of got the impression actually. And then what really drove it home, he didn't like me, was last game of the season we were playing Galway, and the league was tied up. So anyone who wasn't getting a game got a game against Galway. And I was playing. We won 2-0. And then after the match, he was going up to guys and he was just like, what's your plan for next year? Are you eligible to come back here next year? And then I was coming up on the bus and he was putting his arm around me and he says, the worst player I have ever watched and coached.
You?
Yeah.
Jeez.
I was like, thank you.
What a prick.
Oh, well, it's just it's rootless. It's completely rootless.
But then again, you have to admire the honesty.
Oh yeah, well, like you have to be, I suppose. Like at that point, you have to be honest. You have to be honest with lads.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was.
You can be honest, but you don't have to be, you know.
Yeah.
Well, hurt someone or anything like that. You know. Kind of.
I put it down to his culture. He was kind of like.
Oh, like
Eastern European.
This is a business. Oh, it's Eastern European, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, like I put it down to his culture. Like he was just. I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. Like I'm just going to tell you.
Sometimes you need that.
Oh yeah. Well, it kind of like after that, then I was kind of like, yeah, this is just way too ruthless.
Yeah.
So I was just like, forget about it. After that,
that leads me to the next question.
Mm-hmm.
So that was your bit of sporting.
That was my sporting career.
Sporting career there and then.
Yeah.
How did you get into the barber?
I got into barbering actually. I never wanted to. I didn't really want to get into it. I wanted to be. I wanted to get a trade after school, and little did I know, like when I left school, the recession was still ongoing.
Yeah.
So nobody was giving apprenticeships. So I remember I was kind of floating around, and I was just like, I was working at the time, hoping to get an apprenticeship, and it wasn't coming. So I was like, I know I'm going to do it myself. And then I was sitting in the pub one night and chatting away to one of the lads, and he said to me, he was like, because we were just having a conversation, I was like, oh look, I don't know what I'm going to do. I've been working in this place for a bit of time now, and doesn't seem to be an apprenticeship coming.
Yeah.
So, and then he was like, why don't you give barbering a crack? And I was like, nah.
Is he a barber, is he?
No.
Oh,
he was a sparky.
Oh.
But he goes, why don't you give barbering a crack? And I was like, no. He was like, hey, he was like, every time I see you, you have a fresh haircut, and you're always kind of, you know, you're always a bit out there with doing stuff, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not very, like, I suppose, I'm always trying to doing like what's trendy at the time and stuff like that. And then
your own thing.
Yeah. And then, so he planted the seed with me, and then I kind of left it for a while, and then I went home and I said to my mother, and I was like, I think I might give barbering a rattle, and I just said it to her to see what she thought.
Yeah.
And then she went away and she found a course for me to do in Kilkenny.
Kilkenny.
Yeah, she found a course for me to do in Kilkenny, and went in and done it. And mind you now, it was the biggest waste of money. Like, and most barbering courses are as well. Yeah. They're like, a lot of them are a waste of money because
there's a lot of young lads around. I won't mention names, but they think they're barbers.
Yeah, like
without doing any courses, they're going, "Oh, look at me! I can do this and I can do that."
Yeah, because like you know, there's young lads out there who are they're doing what's trendy.
Yeah,
and like that's
YouTube barbers.
Yeah, well, that's what they call them. But like you're doing what's trendy, and it's like you know, you're kind of just mastering one element of it.
Yeah.
But when I did my barbering course, I was like, oh yeah, here we go, piece of paper in hand, ready to go to barber shops. I went to barber shops and they were like, didn't entertain me. They were like, you've no experience. So like the problem here in Ireland is there's no regulating it. So what happens is you have the guys who have been self-taught, and they're basically they're cutting their mates here, they're doing what they can, and they're getting experience. Yeah. So in one sense, they're probably doing it the only way that's probably beneficial, because you can go and do a course and pay, I think I paid $2,000 to do this course, to get a piece of paper at the end that nobody cared about.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, like, and even at that, they're not really like, it's kind of a money grab, because they give you this piece of paper, but they tell you you need to go get experience. They don't tell you that. They're just like, yeah, you should get a job now. And I remember going getting a job in a place, and like the haircuts should have not went out the door.
The which? The
haircuts, like I was doing haircuts that should not have been left that shop, and they were just like looking at them going, they were like, yeah, well, fine.
It needs experience.
Yeah. So like, I tell you, there's a lot of it too, and like there is a bit of a fake it till you make it in that.
Yeah.
In the industry as well, you kind of like.
I know myself.
Yeah, kind of.
When it comes to like football and coaching in here, even.
Yeah.
when I first started here with the previous owners. I was doing my work placement from college, and I won't mention names or anything like that. I don't want to mention names. Jordan. No, I'm joking. I don't know why I mentioned Jordan. He's not here. He's sick.
He's the fluffer.
He's a fluffer, yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Joe
Black is
Joe
the
Black
fluffer.
is the fluffer. Sorry.
Yeah, he's a fluffer.
Yeah. Sorry. You see Joe Black, ask him what a fluffer is.
Yeah, he'll tell you. If he can get over the laughing. Tag Joe.
Tag Joe. If you see Joe, ask him as well.
What was I saying now?
You ever say that? How you?
Oh yeah. So when I was doing my work placement here from college, I was kind of thrown in the deep end. Previous owner had PT clients, and she said, "Right, just you'll watch me doing it, and then none of that just went right. In you go, PT,
deep end.
Yeah,
yeah,
and
sink or swim.
I think I like that.
Yeah, some people do. Some people like. I would say it took me a while to like understand that it was been very into the deep end, because, like I said, I went through a couple of shops, kind of faking it till you make it.
That's the best way to learn, in my opinion.
It is, and like that's the thing. I went into these, like, again with sport.
Yeah.
I went, like when I was going to Carlo, like I was kind of like, yeah, I'll go for the experience. You know, why not? Like I mean, it's a good opportunity, and like I try and implement that into other things I do. So, with barber, when I was starting out, I was going in, getting these jobs.
Yeah.
And I was faking it. Like my CV had me being like the creme de la creme. Like I really like upskilled myself.
Oh, yeah.
And oversold myself.
Like on the CV, you have to say, "Oh, I'm absolutely amazing."
Yeah.
Even if you're a pure amateur, you know, you have to
like,
fake till you make it.
I was non-amateur. Like I mean, I had my CV was say like how good I was, and I really oversold myself to the point where they weren't even interviewing me. They were like, "You start Monday," or whatever the case may be. So I was like, sweet. Then I was going in, and then they were like, "This guy hasn't a clue," and then I get sacked. But what I was doing was I was going in, kind of knowing I was going to be let go, but I was like, I need to get as much as I can out of this while I'm here, and then take it to the next place. And eventually, my attitude was, eventually I'll be to the point where I'll have took a little bit out of everywhere, and then I'll get in somewhere, and then I'll be fine. But there was one barbershop, Get Your Locks Off in Clonmel, and Get Your Locks Off were top notch. Like, you know, I went in and they more or less said, like, you need to be trained, we're going to do it.
Yeah, and instead of just saying, "Oh, here, come on."
Yeah, they actually were, and I was honest with them as well. I was like, I've went through a few different places, and I'm trying to like get off the ground here, but it's really hard. And you know, they were just like, "Yeah, we'll bring you in and we'll train you," and they trained me up, and they gave me, you know, a good starting base.
Yeah.
So like, you know, in fairness, credit to them, because there wasn't many shops at the time. Everyone was just like, "Oh, we haven't got the time." So that's when I was like, when people told me they didn't have the time, I was like, well, I need to do something here. So that's when I was like, fake it until you make it, you know. And they were very good. And then from there, then I went, got like good experience there. They trained me up, and then I moved on to another barber shop, and then went traveling. Then after that,
where did you travel to?
Australia.
Did you do barbering over there?
Yeah, I did barbering over there, and I think that's when I was over there. That's when I really got like an understanding of business and the business side of barbering, and like the doors that can open for you. Like you can, like barbering can, like, it's not as limited as people may think. Like it can open a lot of doors for you, and there's a lot of avenues you can go. Like when I was over there, I got sponsored by the brand Wall for a year.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so like again, that was something I think if I was here in Ireland, I probably would have never went for. But when I was over there, I was just like, why not?
And the culture over there is completely different to over here, is it?
Yeah, it's quite different. It is quite different.
So I remember you telling me, again off camera, and you were cutting me hair once, that young people over there, like your thing of you going to different barber shops, taking it in pieces.
Yeah.
There's kids over there, I say kids, like young adults, or
people start getting going in the world.
Yeah, they're getting working and they're enjoying it, whereas some people over here are just ignorant.
I think people
behind like retail, especially over here, they're ignorant.
I think,
in my opinion,
I think what it is like people are going into jobs just purely because they need money.
Yes.
So they're going into a job that they're probably applying for, like, you know, retail, bar work. You know, they're
anything they can think of.
Anything you can think of, and then they'll go in and they'll take the job, and they might just go like, I just need it for the money because I'm in college, or I'm just out of college and I need to get money in because I have to pay for things. Whereas over there, it is a bit of the case too, but they're going into these jobs and they're just kind of taking whatever they can out of them.
Yeah.
Because it isn't their forever job. Like there's people in cafes over there that we met, and it's just a bit of a stopgap for them. But they're going in there, they're like getting whatever they can, whatever's thrown their way. If they get like given, maybe, you know, they might be given a job that's maybe going to be probably similar to a manager or something like that, but they'll take it on because they'll have that experience, and then that goes with them later in life, and they can just hold themselves better. And then when it comes to their actual career, then they're finding themselves progressing, you know, because they're taking skills throughout, you know,
they're rather than just saying, oh, here I have to stick this out now for a couple of months.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, I got to go in here and do a shift.
Some people over here in shops, there's no please, no thank you. They're talking to their co-workers while they're serving you. It's just ignorant. And then like sometimes that comes down to like maybe poor staff training, as in
how things are been, how managers are running, like, you know. I think it's just a lot of it is like when you're dealing with the public is hard anyway. Like so, like for a lot of it too, I do feel for people in them industries. Like my wife now, she worked in retail, and like to flip the script, like, you know, you can say like sometimes staff are ignorant, but like, sometimes staff do get treated very unwell.
Oh, yeah, they do, 100%. I'm not saying they don't.
No, but that's the thing. Like, and I just kind of think that sometimes it does get to a point. Like I remember one time she was working and she was restocking. I think was it a clothing rack or something like that, but it was a sale one, and she was just organising the sizes back on the sales rack, and then this lady came along and with the hangers and just nudged her with the hangers to move her out of the way, instead of like, excuse me, can you move?
No, it was just people are just ignorant in general.
But that's it, like, and people, you know, and I think that's the thing, like, it's just, it is give and take, but I do think that people in jobs, especially when you're starting out, take what you can from them. Because you know yourself when you go into a job, I'm not going to be here forever.
Yeah.
You know, I went to college, got a degree, I'm going to do that. But, you know, take what you can from our jobs, you know.
And when you're serving people in a shop, just be polite. When you're going to a shop to be served, be polite. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking cunt. And talking about Slicker Q.
Yes.
Talk to us about that.
So Slicker Q it's been work in progress for the last 3 years. Yeah. And basically when I came home here, I kind of thought that like a lot of booking apps were the trend with a lot of shops, and some shops then were doing, like, they're still walk-ins, but walk-in is your traditional way of doing a barber shop.
Sit there and wait.
So what we try to do is we try to give a back end of a booking app for barbers to use, so like they have a bit more oversight of like the shop and how it's doing. But then for customer base, they get transparency over like how long their wait period is. So like, you know, I see some guys when they come into a shop and they're queuing, and if they're queuing for quite a while, and we know it's like once probably it goes over the hour, people are getting agitated.
Yeah.
So when they sit in the chair,
they're there going, jeez, they're on their phone, and then they put away the phone, and then they get out again.
They're putting it back out.
And that's just me.
Yeah. And then you see some people when they come in, they sit down. If there's a busy, they're counting the heads, and they're going like, well, roughly I'm going to be here for this length of time. But then again, like, you get up and you get into the barber chair, and I might go a little slower with you because I know you.
Yeah.
And I might have a good chat with you. So that means then he's going to have to wait like maybe a touch longer. But then what we noticed was people that wait over the hour, when they get in the chair, don't want to talk to you.
Yes.
Because they're just like, I want to go now.
I should have been on an hour ago.
Yeah, like I don't want to be here any longer than I have to be. And look, I think in today's world now as well, I think we live in a time that like technology is booming.
Oh, yeah.
And convenience. You know, everything is at our hand. We have mobile phones. You know what I mean? We can do everything with such convenience. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to modernize walk-in industry by giving customers transparency. So essentially what happens is they walk into a shop and they can see how long a queue time is. So if a barber is going to be an hour and a half, they can join that queue and leave
Yes.
go about their day, go about whatever they have to do.
Would they get a reminder? Say,
and yeah, you get a courtesy message 15 minutes before. Make your way back down to the barbershop, and you'll be seen. So essentially, you're not. And again, it's trying to work around the customer. There's a lot of barbers out there who have big clientele and good client base, and I just think that as a barber, why not try and help your customers? Your customers are loyal to you. They'll come back. They sit there and they wait for you. So
I'm not mentioning names, but when I was chatting to you in the barbershop the other day, you have one of your loyal customers coming back again, and you could have had a haircut maybe a week or two ago.
Yeah,
I've seen him going into you, and I'm just, why is he going back again?
Yeah.
I just go when I need to go.
That's it. Some people are and that's the thing. People are, I need a haircut now. I'm due a haircut now.
Yeah.
And
even if it's only after being done a week or two ago.
And some people get a look at themselves in the mirror and they're like, oh God, and then they go get a haircut, or they're told by partners get a haircut.
Yeah.
But then you have the people who are just weekly, fortnightly, and it's a mental health thing as well.
Was it?
Yeah. There's one guy that used to come to me, and it was a big boost in his mental health.
Oh, right.
Yeah, he used to love it.
Look fresh and
he used to love it. They're the sides of it as well that are nice to hear. It's just a good mood booster, whether it be the haircut or the chat or whatever the case may be.
Sometimes just sitting there having a chat with someone.
And I just think that if you have a good strong customer base, why not maybe make life easier for them, by having a platform or a bit of software in your shop that allows them to have their time back.
And before you had Slicker, was there any challenges with people looking for walk-ins? Because I know you do Slicker, but you also do book-ins.
Yeah.
Was there any challenges with people wanting walk-ins?
No, actually, funny enough, when I opened the shop first, I had a lot of people call in, and first thing they asked me, are you walk-in or bookings? And at the time I was on my own, so I was like, bookings is going to be more, for me, I can manage it better.
Yes.
Now at the time when I opened up, Slicker was only an idea.
An idea, yeah.
At the time, because I wasn't home, I was still trying to figure out settling back into life after being away back here. So at the time it was only an idea. So I went with bookings, and people love bookings. People people like being able to have control of their time.
Yes.
So that's why bookings was, for me, a non-negotiable to do. And then from there, I was kind of I think Slicker could be really beneficial here. That people are busy, people have things to do, and going in and sitting in a shop for an hour, 2 hours, it's just, I think it's a thing of the past. I think it's a thing of the past.
Yeah.
And I think
Slicker should be a game changer.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people as well, young barbers coming in to the industry as well.
Yeah.
They're very drawn to, bookings and having an organized day.
Yeah, rather than having 100 people waiting for you.
Yeah, and just chaos. It's just chaos, or
kids running around the place and everything.
Yeah, or you got and another side of that is actually when you touch on that, when you say you have a busy shop and you might have a parent coming with kids, and now that parent might have to sit there for an hour as well with her kids and keep them entertained.
Yeah, it's hard to do that.
Very hard to do. So why not have an option for that woman or that father or whoever, that they can have their kids at home and then arrive when they need to.
Yeah.
It's just taking the chaos out of the shop really, and giving a bit more of you're giving barbers a bit more of a relaxed environment as well. I see some guys, when I was working in walk-in shops, that if there was always a queue behind them, that they would kind of feel a bit overwhelmed.
Yeah, they'd be trying to maybe rush the haircut.
Some guys would get rushed. Sometimes then they might take, if they know someone, they might take their time, which again, if you're an owner, that doesn't work either. And the other side of that as well is getting breaks. Sometimes I worked in a couple of barbershops with walk-ins, and when it came to taking your break, it was
good luck.
5 minutes.
Jesus.
That was it. Go get something, scoff it down, get back to work. And then there was one shop I worked in, and it was a walk-in shop, and he was like, take your hour. So I was like, that's very different to what I'm used to. I'm pretty much used to going and getting something, eating it.
Stuffing it.
And the other side of it as well is you have to remember that they're your employers or they're your employees. You're the employer, so you're the one who's probably looked at as in this is your baby. So you take lunch for 5 minutes, but I'm entitled to my hour. I'm entitled to my half hour, whatever the case may be. So with Slicker again, you're allowing your staff to get a break without disrupting or upsetting someone. Like, I tell you, actually, one time I was working in a shop and it was due my break, and my boss goes, "You take your break now." I was like, "Cool." And as I was walking down, I had to walk past people waiting, and one guy goes, "Where are you on?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm on break now." And he was like, "I'll pay you to stay." And I was like, "No, I'm going to take my break." I was like, "I have to take my break." Like, is this because that's the thing as well? Like, we had to take our breaks at a certain time because because when the school came in, that was the school rush. So it was just before the school rush started, and he was like, "Where are you going?" And he had been sitting there for a while, so I could understand where he was coming from. But I was like, "I gotta eat."
You have to prioritize yourself.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
And I like booking my own haircuts early in the morning.
Yeah.
Because I think the barber is the most relaxed in the morning. Is that true? In terms of like you take your time rather than evenings, you're like, "I'll just get out of here."
I don't know, I'm relaxed all the time.
Fair enough. But other barbers I've gone to, I was like, "Well, I'll go in the morning."
Yeah.
If I go in the evening, it's like, shit, haircut.
See, sometimes if they want to get you out of, because I find one of the biggest killers for a walk-in shop was that you could be after having like a busy-ish day, and then it could go quiet, and then as it's heading into like closing time, you could get like 6 guys walk in.
Yeah.
So if I had planned something after work and 6 guys walk in, now I'm kind of like, "Oh, there goes that now," because now I've got to stay and do this, you know.
Yeah.
So again, there's no organising it. Really,
where slickers, you can have a cut-off time.
Yeah, you have your cut-off time. People can join the queue, but also with slicker as well is when people are joining the queue. So you can join the queue if you're passing a barber shop. You walk in, there'll be a kiosk, or if you're tech savvy, you can jump on your phone. So you
don't even need to leave the comfort of your own home.
No, you could be in the gym here, and you could be like, "I get a haircut today," and you can just keep an eye on your phone of like tracking the queue.
Yeah.
And then you can join the queue as well.
Brilliant.
And you can stay doing your thing up here, and then you'll get a message 15 minutes out, make your way down. So,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to start wrapping this up now. So, advice. Not from me now. So, I always ask the guests that I have on one question at the end of advice that you'd give. So, the question I'm going to ask you is, if I was good at editing, I'd have a drum roll, but 50-50. People that are thinking of starting a new business or starting a new venture, what advice would you? But they're kind of, how do I word it? So someone is thinking of starting a business or a new venture, but is putting it off. What advice would you give to that person?
It's never too late to start, and it's never too early either, you know. But the one thing I'll say is if it's a business or a venture, like, you know, you just have to try. Like, for me, when I came back, opening a barbershop was just something I wanted to do. It was just, I had it in me. After being in Australia, I got to understand the business side of a barbershop. And I was like, I can do this. So I was like, that was what I was pulling for.
So you just went for it?
Just went for it. And the thing is, like, I've been in the industry for so long, so I understood it.
Yeah.
But then slicker on the other side, it's very different. It's a bit more tech, which is something I know nothing about.
But you can always get someone else. Outside help to help.
Yeah. So I teamed up with my business partner who has a background in tech, and the two of us just put our heads together and we went at it. And it's like, the other side of it as well is when you do start, and that's the thing. It's just starting. Maybe team up with somebody, or, you know, do as much homework as you can, and listen to maybe podcasts on it, or, you know, read as much as you can on like what you want to do, what it is you want to do, and you just try and do as much homework as possible, and then from there you'll kind of go like, yeah, maybe I can do this. But it's starting is the big thing. But if you're not enjoying the journey, you won't enjoy the destination. I remember a guy said that to me before. He was like, you need to enjoy the journey of these things. And with slicker, that's what I was. We were enjoying it all the way up to now, and we're ready to go with it. So, like, again, if the destination was as good as the journey, we're happy to do it. But I think it's starting and just making sure that if you do take it up, just make sure you enjoy it, you know. Yeah. Because as well, it's starting small, you know. Like, everything starts out small, and if you care enough about it, it'll grow organically, and you'll get what you want out of it.
Same as doing jobs that you don't like. You don't have to stay there forever.
No. Like
you can always leave.
Yeah. Like, look, the option is go find something else. You know, like, again, you can, and everything's a learning curve. Like, I came back from Australia, and I wanted to do like hair products, and like completely got it wrong. I went in there so like bullheaded. I was just like, I want this to be where it should be in like 5-10 years.
Yeah.
I wanted that to be there in like a couple of months. And I went, found manufacturers, did all this kind of stuff. But then what happened was Brexit. I never accounted for Brexit.
Yeah.
And what happened was Brexit was actually driving the cost up of the products. Yeah. So basically, if I brought it back here and put it to market, it was just way too expensive compared to what's on like supermarket shelves and stuff. So I was just like, yeah, that's not
what you could do is go into the supermarkets and put your own little sticker on them and say, look,
cover over.
That's it, yeah.
And that was the thing. I remember doing that, but it was a learning curve. It was a learning curve not to rush.
Yeah.
Not to rush something. That was the thing. Like, it was
just to take your time and put in the work.
Take your time, put in the work, and you'll always learn along the way. Always. Like, with Slicker, we've learned so much. Like, there was a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of like, we could take 5 steps forward, 10 back.
Yeah. But you go again. Yes.
But you go again. That's the joy. That's the best part of it all. Yeah. You're figuring out things, but you're never too late, ever. You know what I mean? It's like, I always say to somebody, like, sometimes people take things up as a hobby. Next thing you know, it becomes a full-time job. You know, but you don't know if you try.
That's true.
Yeah.
Right. That's it for this episode.
And that's all from me, Ron Burgundy.
There you go. What's that mean?
Ron Burgundy.
Thanks, man. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what you said there for a minute. Right. Subscribe, please.
Listen.
I'm not begging you, I'm telling you. Right, goodbye.